fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The air in the room was stagnant, thick with the smell of old dust and stale beer. I could feel the weight of the day, the miles ridden, settling in my bones. Damn this town, this world, damn the people in it. Thud, thud, thud echoed in my mind. I hated the sound of horses galloping, yet I needed them. I pushed the thought away and settled myself against the worn headboard. Room 3, safe enough for now. I had been on the move for weeks, ever since it all went to hell. The town was a blur of faces I didn't recognize, faces I did but didn't want to, faces I recognized and wanted to embrace but simply couldn't. It was too dangerous. The scabbard lay beside me, Kay grazed in the stable below, and the memory of the fight still pulsed under my skin. The fear in the brigand's eyes, the crunch of bone, it was a grim reminder of the path I walked, a path I tried so desperately to avoid. But damn those bastards. A soft knock echoed through the thin door. I tensed. "Who is it?" I asked, my voice flat. "It's Elias from downstairs." The voice was hesitant. "Can I come in?" Elias, the tavern keeper, the father, I grunted in affirmation. The door creaked open and Elias shuffled in, holding a small, covered tray. His eyes were wide, darting around the room before fixing on me. I brought you some food," he mumbled, setting the tray on the small table. "And this, some water." I watched him, my right eye, the red one, narrowed in suspicion. "Why?" He wrung his hands. You saved my daughter, Alara. You didn't have to. Those men, they're not the kind you walk away from. You could have gotten hurt." "I wasn't hurt," I replied, stating the obvious. He swallowed hard. "Still, thank you." He paused. "Alara, she wanted to thank you herself, but..." "She's shaken up," I finished. The image of her pale face, the vomit on the floor, flashed in my mind. I was too used to it. Elias nodded gratefully. He then looked at the bread I had already eaten, then back to me. "I've never seen anything like that before." "You were once like me too, right?" I asked him, remembering his faint smile. "Yes, a long time ago I was a guard of the kingdom. I was even the leader." He looked down, sorrow and sadness evident in his eyes, "but age takes everything from us." I looked at him in the eye, then said, "Age is just a number." Elias was surprised at what I had just said. Silence filled the room. "I should go," he said, backing towards the door. "Rest, you deserve it." As he reached the door, he hesitated. There's one more thing." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden box. He approached me once again and handed it to me. "This was my wife's. Your performance earlier reminded me of her." I took the box, feeling the smooth wood under my fingers. "What is it?" "Open it," he said, a faint smile touching his lips. Then, without another word, he slipped out, leaving me alone with the box. I stared at the box for a long time. It was beautiful, clearly old and heavy for its size. Hesitantly, I opened it. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, were 2 rings. One was made of pure gold and had a small ruby in it, and the other one was made of pure silver with a small sapphire in it. They both shined brilliantly in the little moonlight available. I felt a strange pull toward them, a resonance that vibrated deep within my chest. I closed the box, my mind reeling. What did this mean? Why give this to me? Was this a blessing or a curse? Another knock on the door, this time more tentative. "Yes," I snapped. A softer voice, lighter than Elias's, whispered, "It's Alara, may I come in?" Alara, his daughter. My stomach twisted. Why did these people want to thank me? Did they expect something in return? "Come in," I said, steeling myself. The door opened and Alara entered the room. She was younger than I had initially thought, barely out of her teens. Her eyes were wide and shadowed, but they held a spark of something fierce. She held a small knife close to her chest, as if she was scared that the brigands would return. "Is that?" I asked her, pointing at the knife. "Oh, this," she whispered. "It's just for self-defense. I'm terrified of going anywhere alone. I'm not used to things like that happening." She moved further into the room, making sure that I could see the knife on her at all times. "Thank you," she said, finally meeting my gaze. "Thank you for saving me back there. The town's been too quiet lately. There weren't any crimes for months." I nodded curtly. "You're welcome." She fidgeted with the hem of her dress. My father told me I should come say thanks. It's fine, I said. He told me to give you this as well. As she finished, she reached into her pocket and handed me a ring. This one was different than the ones Elias had just gifted to me. It was made of wood. This was my mother's ring. I keep it with me as a memory of her. Alara said with a frown. She definitely didn't want to give away her ring. You don't have to do this, I assured her. He told me to, and I trust my father, she said. As soon as Alara said that, she started to sob uncontrollably. Her mother had only died months ago. I'm sorry, I said, feeling a strange mix of annoyance and pity. I wasn't used to emotions, especially not my own. Alara took a deep breath and stopped her tears. I should go, she said, her voice trembling. She started to walk away, but I didn't want her to, not yet. Wait, I said without thinking. She turned back, her eyes questioning. What's your name? I asked, feeling foolish. Alara, she replied softly. My name is, there's no point in telling you my name, I responded. Alara looked a little disappointed. We both stood there staring at each other. Well, I should get going now, Alara said. Okay, I responded. I was starting to enjoy Alara's company, but before I got to know her too well, she left. I needed a distraction. I grabbed my scabbard and walked towards the door. I turned the door handle, but before I opened it, there was a knock on it. Yes, I asked. It's your friend, said a voice. There's no way I have friends, I thought. Let me in, the voice responded. I didn't respond or open the door. Please, I'll explain everything after you open the door, the mysterious voice explained. I was curious who this mysterious man or woman was. I needed someone to talk to anyway. I opened the door. A tall man emerged. His hair was blonde and his eyes were piercing blue. It's been a while, said the stranger. I've missed you and you've missed me, haven't you? I stared at the stranger and thought for a bit. There's no way this can be true, I muttered. He let out a chuckle. Who are you? I asked. It's me. I know it's been a while, but I'll make it up to you. I promise, the stranger said. Do I know you? I asked. I know you love me, he responded. I was starting to get pissed. I'm counting to 5. If you don't tell me who you are, I will. The stranger quickly covered my mouth and gave me a kiss. Do you remember me now? He asked. What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you know me? I angrily whispered. I told you I've missed you, and I know you've missed me, he said. I took a step back from him. This guy was definitely crazy. I was starting to feel nauseous. I was beginning to remember a face similar to his, but why was he here? 5, I said. 4, he ignored me and came closer to me. 3, I prepared myself to get my sword out. 2, he came even closer. 1, I grabbed his arm and twisted it back. The stranger screamed. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Who are you? I asked him once again. I am what you truly desire, the man responded. I sighed with pity and said, I don't desire anyone, now tell me your name. The stranger smiled and said, well, I'm Lycus, as you know. I was in shock. How did he? What was happening? Lycus smirked and said, you know that this is true. I didn't deny. It's been so long, too long. I know you think of me from time to time. Shut up, how is this even possible? I responded. It's all too easy, I promise, he said. He came closer and gave me a kiss on my cheek this time. I'll be taking my leave now, Lycus said. I'll see you soon, don't forget about me now. Lycus left. He left me in shock, sadness, and confusion. A woman's voice echoes from the door downstairs. I know that man, he's wanted for so many things. I should get the guards, Alara said. I bolted down the stairs. Don't get the guards, I demanded. But he's dangerous, she responded. I'm trusting him, I know who he is, I explained. What? Alara said, confused. I'm going to follow him, I said. Do you want to come? Alara was shocked that I asked her to follow him, especially considering I barely even knew her. Sure, she excitedly replied. I smiled. But what about your father? I questioned. He'll be fine, Alara responded. He wants me to get out of this place anyway. I nodded, it made sense. Let's go, I said. Alara and I both set off to follow Lycus. This journey was going to be long.